is 2004. We are in France. A stout man is sitting in court. White hair, retired as a bus driver. Emile Louis is 70 years old. He's a pensioner. But 30 years before, he was a serial killer. And for 30 years, France's legal system let him roam free. Let's go back to the 1970s. We are in Burgundy, a historical region to the southeast of Paris. The landscape in Auxerre in Burgundy is stunning. A river passes through the town and it is surrounded by forests. But this picturesque landscape holds dark secrets. Bodies of missing women who were victims of retired bus driver Emile Louis. 7 women between 1975 and 1979 were killed by Louis. Martine Renault, François and Bernadette Lemoine, Christine Marlowe, Jacqueline Weiss, Chantal Gras and Madeleine Dejou. These 7 women who were living in special care were just between the ages of 15 to 26. Emile Louis was their bus driver and dropped them from their hostels to a special daycare center. For 30 years, French authorities could not find the bodies of these missing women. One reason could be that they didn't really try. Local officers treated the missing women as runaways, despite knowing their medical condition. Local accounts were not taken seriously. Evidence was ignored. A paramilitary police officer's submissions were sidelined. And then he died mysteriously a few years later. Over the years, files of the case also went missing. Finally, the serial killer bus driver was arrested in 2000. And Louis confessed to the crime. He even led authorities to find 2 of the victims' bodies. But this is where the case gets twisted even further. After confessing, Louis took his statement back. He said he did not murder the women, just transported them back and forth. He also went on to say and insist that the girls were abused, abducted, and killed by a ring of high-ranking local men. Many did not believe Louis' statements immediately. But the chief prosecutor back then and some other investigators got suspicious. Around the same time, many records of shelved criminal investigations or cold cases also went missing. Now, the disappeared documents included files on 17 other missing women. And ever since, the question has lingered on. Was Emile Louis right about a high-profile drug and sex racket back then? That part of the story still remains a cold case. In 2004, Louis was jailed for life, but the sentence ended up being a short one. The serial killer died in 2013 at a secure hospital facility in eastern France. So why are we talking about this case today? Well, as of last week, authorities in France have begun a fresh round of search for the missing bodies. In fact, officials now suspect that there might have been more women that Louis killed. A suspected 8th victim has also been identified as Marie-Jeanne. She remains missing with many other women from the 60s and the 70s. For all these families, justice has still not been served. For France's authorities, the search is a long, difficult process and also an expensive one.
It should be noted that these are extremely complex operations, extremely complex to implement, both in human and material terms, and extremely costly. We are talking about almost $100,000, financed exclusively by the Paris Court of Appeal, in legal costs, in a tight budgetary context.
Frais de justice, dans un contexte budgétaire qui est tendu.
In a dense forest of France, more than 400 police officials are still searching for the remains, 40 years later. But they would not have to if France's judicial system back then had not turned this case into one of its worst scandals ever, that the country still bears the burden of, even today.